Hi, grade sevens. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. We probably just had a bit of a chat on Zoom. That's wonderful. We'll start every class that way. This is your double block, and I figured we're kind of finished up that unit on the economy. I'm not going to go right to the next chapter in the textbook yet because I have a really fun project that I want to do with you guys for this block, because we're in a double block here so for the afternoon, so you could work on this project, which is going to be completely done away from your computer, and we'll get going on it pretty quickly, but I do need to take you through exactly what we're doing first. There's a really important word we're looking at. It's called propaganda. We may have spoken about that word before, but propaganda is a term used to describe materials that have been made that when we talk about propaganda, a lot of the time we're talking about World War I and World War II. But propaganda is when materials are made by people to get a message out to the public, be it really good or be it bad. Sometimes there's some sort of evil propaganda, but also some propaganda can be made for a really good purpose. And a lot of the times it will be spread through posters or pamphlets, that sort of thing. Okay, we're going to go on to the first slide here. I'm just going to give you the actual definition of propaganda from Merriam-Webster's dictionary. So the first definition could be the spreading of ideas, information, or rumor for the purpose of helping or injuring an institution, a cause, or a person. So as you can see, you can also hurt somebody with propaganda, right? It could be evil propaganda if it's against somebody. But also, it can be really positive and really uplifting. Propaganda can be really useful to get a message across to people. Number two, the second definition is ideas, facts, or allegations spread deliberately to further one's cause or to damage an opposing cause. Okay, so a lot of the times propaganda can be really over-exaggerated to try to get the message across. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about a little bit today, is how we can build really good propaganda. You see that poster right there saying, "We can do it," obviously pointing towards trying to get women involved in the war effort. I believe that one's from World War II. So a little bit of history. Propaganda was very popular during wartime in both World War I and World War II. It was used to get people's attention and to help convince folks to join the war effort in any way possible. Right? It was not just fighting on the front lines in war. There were other things going on in Canada, of course, on the home front, building all of the munitions, doing lots of work with Morse code, for example. Lots of stuff you could do on the home front that we needed. We needed those people to help out. And so Canada needed its citizens to be helping the overall effort, and that didn't mean just going over. So that's why it says every Canadian must fight in any way possible. So now I just go through some actual examples of propaganda posters that were made. You'll see that many propaganda posters have like one really big phrase on it, like "join the team," or "fight for us," or "come on, Canada." Many of them will have that because it'll be in big text, bubble text, so everyone can read it, and it'll be kind of joined up with a really nice picture. So in this example, we see bright colors being used and a simple bubble text with the I guess it's not really bubble. Well, it is bubble text down below, but also "join the team" is written really nicely over the top. And so phrases like "join the team" resonated with Canadians from coast to coast. That would really make people go. They'd go out, and when you're going out and buying your groceries or something, and you see that poster, and you're that age, and you think, maybe I should be doing that right now. So the second example, we see a very over-exaggerated image. Of course, over-exaggeration is a big deal with propaganda. We see a man crossing the Atlantic Ocean to go help the war effort, and literally his leg, he's got the Atlantic, like he's essentially jumping over the Atlantic Ocean, and it says, "Lick them over there." That was an expression that they would use back in the day. And then it says, "Come on, Canada, let's go. We need your help." So it says phrases like the slide says phrases like "lick them over there" would boost the morale of Canadians and convince them to join the effort. So come on, Canada, let's do this. And the third example, women were not always allowed to be soldiers fighting on the front lines during the world wars. And so it says, of course, just a very nice phrase, soldiers without guns, right? These are obviously your nurses, your people who were at textile factories, like building things like masks, which is interesting because it's happening right now. So there are many other tasks to be done on the home front to help with the war effort. These type of posters would be put up all over towns and cities to convince people to help out. Okay, so this type of propaganda was everywhere, and it always had a really nice picture plus a really nice big phrase on it. And I thought of a really cool idea, because we keep on hearing that we are at a war right now. It's not anything like World War I or World War II, because we're not killing each other. Humans are not killing each other at a world war right now. But we are in a world war with a virus, which is really weird. We're in where everyone's daily life is affected, kind of like they were during the world wars. Everyone's lives were affected at that time. And now everyone's lives are affected on the entire planet because we're trying to fight this virus. And the wild thing, the kind of cool thing and fascinating thing, is that we can all help fight by doing certain things. One thing that we can do is by social distancing. You guys know that. You've heard that if you keep 6 feet away from each other, you're helping the war effort, essentially. I know it seems a bit dark putting it that way, but it's true. You're helping the effort of fighting off this virus by socially distancing. By staying home, you're helping the overall fight of this virus. So what we're going to do is we're going to make propaganda posters. Well, I might actually make one too. You are going to make a propaganda poster for this war that we're in right now. So drawing on inspiration from the war propaganda from World War I and World War II, I want you to come up with an idea for a positive propaganda poster during this pandemic. Okay, so for example, I have some ideas here that I just quickly typed up, but I want you to come up with your own. I really don't necessarily want to see these ideas on your poster. I want you to come up with your own idea. It can be very similar to this, of course, because there's all of these themes that are coming together. But for example, one example would be you might draw a picture of doctors and nurses, and they might all be saying, you might have a speech bubble. You might say, "We are here for you. Like, we are working here for you. Stay home for us." Right? You've probably seen that actually at some places. There's already that sort of propaganda that's being spread, really positive stuff, positive message, because doctors and nurses are actually holding up signs saying that in hospitals, and we're taking pictures, and you're probably seeing that in the news and on social media. So that's one idea. Another poster could be of kids socially distancing with a line like, "Stay 6 feet away and play." Something like that, right? You can still play, but you got to do it at a distance, right? You cannot be playing with each other. You have to be just have to be 6 feet away, or like very far away, or calling each other on the phone, or like you could add something like Zoom to your poster, right? That would be amazing. The idea that we are having class with Zoom, you could do something like that. My third idea is images of people in their homes. Like, you can have a bunch of people in their homes, and it could say, "The party can wait, just stay home." Something like that. These are just very quick ideas. I really want you to come up with your own ideas. You can ask your parents, you can ask your siblings, kind of get a conversation going. And right after you watch this video, I want you to get out a pencil and a nice sheet of paper, something like this size, okay? I don't know what's on there, but just something like this, or a little bit bigger if you have it. If you have a big sheet of white paper, that's great. You can use paints, you can use colored pencils, you can use anything. But I would start with pencil like we do in the class, so it's nice and neat. And I want you to come up with that idea for a poster, and then draw it all out. When you're finished, I want you to take a picture of it, a really nice picture, and email it to me. Okay? That's your assignment for today. I think you have the whole afternoon to do it, so you can definitely get that done. You do not need to be looking at a screen for that. Have fun, be creative, and I can't wait to see them. Have a great day.